82, and we'll have a little...
Difficult road trip in the school's history. The IPFW men's basketball team is back at home, truly at home here on campus at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, getting ready to take on the Ospreys of the University of North Florida. Hi again, everybody. Happy holidays. I'm Mike Moss. Welcome to CATV's continuing coverage of IPFW basketball. Delighted to be joined once again by former IPFW hoopster Charlie Washington. And Charlie, we talk about a tough road schedule. 9th-ranked Michigan State, 10th-ranked Marquette, and soon to crack the top 25, Kent State. 3 tough ball games on the road. It's never easy to play on the road, is it?
No, and you don't want to talk about moral victories. You want to go out and win those basketball games, tough basketball games. Hopefully it will prepare us for what's to come next, and that's deep into the Summit League Conference.
Well, the Mastodons are back at home where they are 4-1, and it's truly a home game today. Their opponent, the University of North Florida, they're a team in transition from Division II to Division I. The Ospreys have lost 7 games in a row. They are 1-9 on the season. Could be the right time and the right team for IPFW to play.
Well, we all know about making those types of transitions, but this time of year, Christmas break, some of the players are not taking classes, so hopefully they'll be ready to play tonight and can take on a 1-9 team. But once again, this is Division I basketball, so we have to be ready to play.
Well, it's the final home game of the 2007 portion of the 2007-2008 season. IPFW and North Florida. We're back with the starting lineups and the opening tip in just a moment, right here on CATV.
I guess I'm like most kids. I work hard, I go to class, and I want a degree that's going to mean something. I had offers from other universities, but I wanted the best out of my college choice. I wanted a great education and the campus life to go with it. Student housing, Division I sports, I found it all right here at IPFW. Hey, this is my university, my life, so it's got to feel right. I'm really glad I chose IPFW. I love it here. Go to their website.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, one university, 2 great names.
What can Dinosaur Tracks teach us about those long extinct creatures? On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we'll discuss Professor Jim Farlow's recent trip to Spain to track those tracks. Do teachers teach differently from one country to another? Professor Jeff Nowak was in Macedonia this summer teaching teachers to teach. We'll talk to him about that experience and about the new NISTEM program. And we'll talk with the campus coordinator of the United Way Fund Drive to find out more about where your contributions are going. Join me, Susan Alderman, for IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon.
It's IPFW Mastodon Basketball, live from the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. Brought to you by College 5 Sports on My Network. Digital broadcast 33.2, Comcast 252.
Everybody, and welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Along with Charlie Washington, I'm Mike Moss, and we welcome you to the CATV broadcast of IPFW men's basketball. Today, it's the Ospreys of the University of North Florida, the Atlantic Sun Conference, taking on the Mastodons of IPFW, a member of the Summit League. Charlie Washington, glad to have you back on CATV. IPFW 4-7, and UNF, as they like to be called, North Florida, is 1-9. Keys to victory for the Ospreys today.
Controlling the glass, defending the outside, and controlling the tempo.
And likewise for IPFW, their keys to a 5th victory, well, somewhat simple. Also somewhat similar to UNF's. They need to play hard for 40 minutes. They need to control the glass. And as Dane Fife likes to say, they need to make some shots. Let's bring in the starting lineups first for the visitors from UNF. At one guard will be Chris Timberlake, a 5'11 senior from Miami, Florida. And another guard will be Jermaine Sparks, a 6'6 sophomore from Hinesville, Georgia. At one forward, Justin Ciso, a 6'8 freshman from Lakeland, Florida. And another forward, Devon Jones, a 6'6 freshman from Jackson, Tennessee. And at center will be James Grimble, a 6'8 senior from Jacksonville. The head coach in his 9th year at UNF is Matt Kilcullen. Now the starters for IPFW, they look at this way. At one guard will be Jakari Johnson. Jakari's a 6'4" junior from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And another guard, Ben Bott, 6-foot freshman from Muncie, Indiana. The point guard will be Demetrius Johnson. He is a 6'4" senior from Cleveland, Ohio. And up front, DeWitt Scott, 6'6" senior from Chicago, Illinois. And Jerron Burrows, 6'8" senior from Nassau in the Bahamas. And there's the head coach in his third year here at IPFW, Dane Fife. Our officials this afternoon, Dave Gentili is the referee, and he'll be assisted by Todd Van Sassen and Dave Lanning. Well, Charlie, IPFW really playing at home instead of at the Memorial Coliseum. They're on campus here at the IPFW at the Gates Center. As you get a good look at the Mastodons getting their final pregame instructions. North Florida in the transition from Division II to Division I. They have lost 7 games in a row and 9 of their first 10. Could be easy pickings, but you have to play for 40 minutes.
Oh, you're exactly right, and especially at this time of year, everything is a little different right now. No classes right now. It's over the break, so some of your routine is quite different than during the regular school year. So you do have to be aware, and I'm sure these folks want to get back to Florida, so they might be coming out playing hard.
Opening tap is controlled by IPFW. They're in the white uniforms, blue trim, blue numbers, and blue lettering trimmed in white. And they're going from left to right on your TV screen here in the first half. DeWitt Scott, senior out of Chicago. Down in the block to Jerron Burrows. Little spin move, and he's cut off, and finally forces up a shot and banks it off the glass and in.
A lot of fakes right there. Great footwork that time by Burrow to keep his pivot foot down and to get the defender off balance. Good job.
It is the Ospreys, as their nickname with the basketball for the first time today, and nearly a steal. It is a steal. Burrows will not control it. Gets it to Johnson, back to Burrows. Shot up is blocked, and it'll be a jump ball, and on the possession, UNF will get it. UNF standing for the University of North Florida. They are located in Jacksonville, founded in 1965, 17,000 students. And as we said, they are a member of the Atlantic Sun Conference.
Very in the dark. Shaky possession, transition possession that time for IPFW. Ended with a jump ball call.
Sparks with the basketball in the dark blue uniform, watched by IPFW as the Dons are on a man-to-man defense. And kick it out. Long three-point shot off the rim and in by Justin Cecil.
Used all the rim on that one.
3-2 UNF, and we played just a little over a minute. Demetrius Johnson knocks it down and draws the foul.
Good, strong move that time by Johnson. Not your prototypical type of point guard, but he's filling the stat sheet right now, playing well in all facets of his game.
Foul is on James Grimble, his first, team first. So Demetrius Johnson, the senior out of Cleveland, 74% free throw shooter, and it rolls around the rim and out. No good. So back comes UNF. Another three-point shot by Cecil. That's off the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound, knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Demetrius Johnson. So the Ospreys will maintain possession. Again, they trail 4-3, and we've played a minute and 34 seconds. Oh, almost a 5-second count, and it is indeed a 5-second count, as unable to get the ball in was Jermaine Sparks.
Great defense that time by IPFW.
First substitution, Tom Hammonds, leading scorer, averaging 13 points a game. He's a 6'5" junior from Crestview, Florida. And right away, UNF playing a little bit of full court token man-to-man pressure. Demetrius Johnson trying to find Burrows down low. Pass picked off instead by Grimble.
That time a little bit too deliberate in looking down, kind of what we call telegraphing the pass.
Devon Jones double teamed, and he is fouled. They're going to say Jakari Johnson got him on the arm. That is Jakari's first, team first. We played 2 minutes. IPFW with a 4-3 lead, as you see the IPFW bench there for a moment. Chris Timberlake will inbound it. Work it back to Cecil. Now a whistle away from the ball and a player control foul called. And it'll be on Devon Jones rather, his first, team second. IPFW with the basketball. DeWitt Scott just inside the arc, pull-up jumper wide of the mark. Rebounded by Grimbo, out with it to Timberlake. Timberlake driving on Bots. Oh, what a block by Burrows. Back come the Dons. They have numbers 3 on 2. Demetrius Johnson banks it off the glass and in.
That's what a good block will do for you. A block off the backboard, keeping it inbounds, pretty much starts the transition on the fast break.
4 points now for Demetrius Johnson. And there's a turnover. Jakari Johnson, 1 on 2, is fouled as he goes up. And Jakari should be shooting a couple of free throws. Foul's going to be on Chris Timberlake, his first, team third. So the junior from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Jakari Johnson, who's hitting 71% of his free throws, gets to shoot a couple. And the first one is good. 7-3, IPFW with a 4-point lead. Second free throw by Jakari is also good. 17-15 left in the half. Dons by 5, and the Ospreys with the basketball. Timberlake watched by Bots. Ball knocked away, but retrieved by Devon Jones.
Very good defense in the outset, Mike. IPFW stretching those passing lanes.
Timberlake will launch a 3. Off the rim, no. Jakari Johnson high in the air to pull down the rebound. Pass intended for Jerron Burrows. Too high, too strong. And it's a Mastodon turnover. Their second.
That time, Demetrius went for the home run, and he had a single sitting right over there in the corner. If he passed right to the corner, wide open shot, and maybe we could have transitioned off the pass, a swing pass inside.
UNF does a little clear out. Now here's Hammond's top of the key. He's giving up the dribble, looks for help, and calls a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout called with 16:30 left here in the first half. IPFW on top, 8-3. Still 19 seconds on the 35-second shot clock. Well, Charlie, right now, IPFW 3 of 5 from the floor for 60%. And UNF just 1 of 4 for 25%. Of course, IPFW in the Summit League, and you did see a quick look at the standings. They are tied with Oral Roberts at 2-0. And then you see the rest of the league, IUPUI, 1-0, they're the league favorites. They're 9-2 overall.
And you know what, Mike, in looking at most of the stats within the Summit League Conference, they're right in the thick of just about everything except, I think, was offensive rebounds. Other than that, they're right there in the thick of just about any statistical category in the Summit League Conference.
Well, the Dons' wins were over Southern Utah and UMKC. And they get back to league action next weekend, Thursday at North Dakota State, and next Saturday at South Dakota State. Back here, North Florida with the basketball, and over the back foul going to be called on Devon Jones, and that's his second. 4th team foul. IPFW will get the basketball with 16:21 left in the half, and UNF goes again to full court pressure and now backs off just a little bit.
And you mentioned the Dons shooting 3 for 5. Much of that 3 for 5 is coming off of defensive pressure and steals and turnovers.
Into the corner, Scott just inside the arc. It's a long 2, but the senior from Chicago is in the books with his first 2 points.
Much better rhythm that time than on his first shot. He was a little bit out of rhythm, and the results were out of rhythm as well.
Januska on the ball game for the first time. His 3-point shot in and out, no good. Back comes IPFW with 15:45 left in the half. Jerron Burrows. Dons do a little clear out. Driving on Grimble. Turnaround shot is good. Burrows now with 4 points.
Once again, fantastic footwork in the post by Burrows that time.
Mastodons with their biggest lead, 12-3. Timberlake watched by Ben Botts. A lot of time on the shot clock. Here's Cecil. Tom Hammonds wants to drive on Jakari. Cut off, turnover. Jakari Johnson with the steal.
Once again, great job hustling on the switch and getting right into that passing lane.
Inside to Scott. Fall away jumper off the rim. No. Hammonds with the rebound. Ospreys now with 4 boards. Shot no good. Burrows brings it down for IPFW, and back and forth we go. We've got 14:44 left in the half. 12-3 Mastodon lead. DeWitt Scott for 3. Yes. Scott with 5, and UNF calls another timeout. 14:37 left. So they've already used up 2 of their 5 timeouts. 15-3, the Dons up by a dozen. Okay. For tickets to IPFW athletic events, call 260-481-6000, or you can go to the IPFW Athletics website. That's at GoMastodons.com. Again, the phone number, 260-481-6000, or online at GoMastodons.com for tickets to IPFW athletic events. 14:37 left here in the half, and it's been all IPFW thus far.
And on that last basket, Mike, if you give DeWitt Scott that kind of time to square his feet and to square his shoulders, you're going to be looking at a lot of rain from three-point land from him.
A couple of substitutions for IPFW. Zach Plaquemire, 6'2 freshman from St. Charles, Missouri, and David Carson, a 6'7 junior from Gary, Indiana, a transfer from Oakland University, making his initial appearance at home in a Mastodon uniform. And unfortunately, a turnover as Tom Hammonds throws it away. And that brings us to another timeout on the floor. 14:23 left here in the first half. Our score, the Mastodons 15, the Ospreys 3. And this is IPFW basketball on CATV.
I've gone away to a college where the class size is small. I've gone away to a college with a beautiful campus.
I've gone away to a college that cares about diversity.
I've gone away to a college where I get to live in my own apartment instead of living in a dorm room.
I've gone away to a college that really isn't that far away at all.
I go to IPFW.
IPFW.
I go to IPFW.
To find out more about college life at IPFW, go to our website. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Hi, I'm Russell Simmons. Today I want to talk to you about a very important subject. It's cruelty to animals. Anyone who's a victim of cruelty and someone did something about it, someone called the ASPCA and put an end to it. Because Emmy can't talk. The fact is, animals are abused all over this country and people sit by and do nothing. It's not slick or fly or cool, none of that. It's just cruel. If you're aware of any animal abuse, go to ASPCA.org. Find out what you can do now and make a difference. She can't do it for herself.
Welcome back, everybody, to IPFW basketball here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. And there you see DeWitt Scott, senior out of Chicago, knocking down a 3-ball. Charlie Washington, Mastodons hitting 6 of their 9 shots in the floor thus far, 67%, not bad.
Well, they're getting pretty darn good looks, and what I was just about to say, good cue for young people. Make sure you square those shoulders and square your feet. You're going to have a much better percentage when you get those shooting mechanics together. But right now, the Dons getting great looks, and when you get great looks, you're going to shoot a pretty good percentage.
Chris Timberlake gets the inbounds pass from Stam Januska. Timberlake watched by Ben Botts as IPFW stays in a man-to-man defense. Inside pass, Timberlake. Shot partially blocked by Carson, who pulls down the board. IPFW on the run. David Carson going to take it strong and miss the shot. Rebound pulled down by Kyle Grothaus, who is on the floor for the first time. He's a 6'7 freshman from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hammonds for 3. In and out, no. Carson pulls down the board. UNF now just 1 of 8 from the floor. Botts tries a long ball, no good, but Burrows with the offensive board. Wide open from the corner. Botts for 3. Freshman.
Great look, great extra pass that time, and the freshman from Muncie drills it, and his percentage is right about where it should be, in the 50% range from three-point land.
Januska, 18-footer, no. Rebounded by Burrows. IPFW now has 8 rebounds. Here's Plaquemire to Burrows. Inside for Carson. Shot blocked. Gets it back, puts it up, no good. Cecil with another rebound.
I like the way Carson's working down low, though, Mike.
He had 2 cracks at it, just couldn't quite bring it home. Timberlake to Hammonds up top. Cecil on the wing. Give and go. Januska to Hammonds. 10 on the shot clock. Hammonds taking it strong off the glass and in.
Nice move that time. He's got pretty good genes.
Yes,
Tom
he does.
Hammonds, Georgia Tech fame.
18-5 is our score. IPFW with the lead in the basketball as we get close to the 12-minute mark here in the first half. Lob pass to Jerron Burrows. Wants to drive, instead kicks it out. Plaquemire for 3, in and out, no.
A missed shot that time, but a good look in the post.
Grouthouse with the rebound, and now we've got a whistle away from the ball. Foul's going to be called on David Carson. His first, team second, and we have another timeout on the floor. 11:56 left here in the first half, and our score, IPFW 18, UNF 5. You're watching IPFW men's basketball on CATV.
That book was all right. You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Parents, there's something you can do to protect your kids from drugs and alcohol. Combine ground beef with egg, tomato sauce, breadcrumbs, and spices. Bake in an oven-safe pan at 350 for 50 minutes. Serve hot.
This is Jamie Lee Curtis. Children who eat dinner with their families are less likely to smoke, drink, or use drugs. So, have dinner together every day.
Delicious.
A message from CASA, the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University.
We want to take a moment to thank today's game sponsor, 816 Pint and Slice. They're located at 816 South Calhoun Street in Fort Wayne. For fine pizza and drinks, it's 816 Pint and Slice. Along with Charlie Washington, I'm Mike Miles. We're at the Hilliard Gay Sports Center on the campus of IPFW, and right now it's all Mastodons. They are up 18-5 over the University of North Florida. Ospreys with the basketball in the dark blue uniforms. Working on the perimeter. Tom Hammonds, watched by Chris Perkins, who's on the floor for the first time. Here is Cortez Riley to Hammonds, 15 on the shot clock. Cecil for 3, in and out. That's the third 3-point field goal attempt, Charlie, that has gone halfway down the cylinder and out for UNF.
Yes, they're moving the ball quite well, but they're just not falling for him.
Demetrius Johnson, top of the key. Carson on the wing. Plaquemire now. 12 on the shot clock. Carson loses it off his foot. Scrum. And a 30-second timeout called alertly by IPFW. That's their first 5 allotted timeouts that they've used. A reminder to learn more about Mastodon sports by tuning into Mastodon Spotlight each Wednesday and Friday here on College Access Television. Yours truly, Mike Miles, reviews the recent IPFW sports activities. We look at game footage and visit with coaches and players as well. And look for Mastodon Spotlight now in its 9th season, Wednesdays at 7:30, Fridays at 6:30, right here on College Access Television. 11:07 left in the half, and the Ospreys trying to find the bottom of the bucket, Charlie, because they are just 2 of 11 from the floor. That's 18% success rate.
And that's what you want, you know, from the Dons as we have a good look at Coach Fife there and the UNF coach as well. But the Dons are doing what they want to do, and that's take the breath out of this team early.
Burrows misses the shot, but there's a whistle and a blocking foul, and John's going to shoot two. Our referee, Dave Gentili, called a foul on Kyle Grothaus, his first and team fifth. So Keno, as they call him, the 6'8" senior out of Nassau in the Bahamas, at the line for two. He's hitting just a smidgen over 60% of his free throws this year. But he's the leading scorer for IPFW at 13.1 points per contest. And the first one is good. Burrows now with 5 points.
And he's been playing very solid for the Dons.
Now, he had a double-double, 15 points and 10 rebounds at 9th-ranked Michigan State last weekend. Second free throw good as well. IPFW now 4 of 5 at the free throw line. And they have a 15-point lead, 20-5 with 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Sparks, watched by Demetrius Johnson. To Riley. Hammonds will launch a three. Off the rim, no. Grothaus with the rebound, and we've got a foul on Kyle Grothaus. That is his second, team 6. Grothaus, a 6'7" freshman, as we said, out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And there you see the 9th-year head coach, Matt Kilcullen. 9th year at UNF, his 19th season overall as a college head coach. Perkins to Carson, wants to drive. Off the glass and in. David Carson with his first 2 points.
Nice move that time for the Gary, Indiana product, showing some quickness.
You and the region people, Charlie. Little inside joke there, Charlie from the region.
A 59er, Andran High School, 59-59 Broadway.
Hammonds thought about a three, watched by Perkins. 12 on the shot clock. UNF trying to get something started. Grothaus, watched by Burrows. Spin move, shot no good. Demetrius Johnson with the rebound. Taking it coast to coast. Gives it to Burrows for the lay-in. I thought Keno was going to jam it, Charlie.
He teased us. He teased us on that one. Just laid it in. Nonetheless, a great assist that time for Demetrius Johnson.
24-5, Mastodons with the lead. Grothaus kicks it out to Cecil. Ball stolen by Perkins. Perkins going to drive on Hammonds. Shot no good. Forget the follow-up jam by Jerron Burrows. Foul called on UNF. And it'll be Hammonds picking up his first, team 7th. And let's see who's going to be shooting.
Should be Perkins, I believe.
I think so. And it will be Chris Perkins, a 6'2" senior from Maywood, Illinois. He will shoot 2. Chris averaging 4.5 points a contest. His third free throw attempt of the season. And like the first 2, it's clean as a whistle. And let's see. Grimble back on the floor, along with Januska for UNF. 9:29 left here in the first half. IPFW up 25-5. Chris Perkins with his second free throw. And that's good as well. So 26-5. Cortez Riley with the basketball. To Januska. Januska wanting to drive on Carson. Nice reverse layup and in. Stan Januska with his first point.
That time exhibiting some quickness. It didn't look like he had that in him, but great first step that time and good baseline move on the reverse layup.
Demetrius Johnson is fouled by Cortez Riley. For Riley, that is personal number 1, team foul number 8. So Demetrius Johnson will be at the line 1-and-1. I see Armand Demi on the floor, Charlie. Armand is a 6'9" senior from Pristina, Kosovo.
Came in for Javon Burrows a moment ago, needed a breather.
And he might get some playing time here this afternoon if this lead stays intact. 1-1 for Demetrius Johnson, and the first one is good.
If it continues to climb, I'm going to go down in the basement and see if my old uniform's still in there, Mike.
That's the voice of a former Mastodon hoopster. Demetrius Johnson knocks down his second. He now has a half a dozen points. And the Mastodon lead is 21 at 28-7 as we are under 9 minutes left here remaining in the first half. We got a push on Armand Ademi. Third team foul, first personal foul. Jakari Johnson back on the floor for David Carson for the Mastodons. UNF just 3 of 14 from the floor thus far. Hammonds wants to drive, takes it strong off the glass, no good. Ademi with the board, and IPFW wants to run. Inside feed, Scott from Jakari Johnson for 2.
Great interior feed that time.
7 points for DeWitt Scott. Grimble wants to drive on Ademi. Kicks it back out. 8:17 left in the half. Long three-point shot by Januska, misses everything and bounces out of bounds. The Ospreys now 1 of 8 from behind the arc. Ben Botts ready to check back into the IPFW lineup, replacing Chris Perkins.
I'm imagining that was a step or a step and a half outside of Danuski's range.
Here's Demetrius Johnson walking the ball up the floor. Jakari Johnson, little pull-up 12-footer. That's short. Rebounded by Januska.
May have been blocked.
Lob pass for Grimble, picked off by Ben Botts. Back come the Mastodons, up 30-7. Give and go to Ademi, down low, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Cortez Riley. Back comes UNF, and Riley going coast to coast, blocked by Demetrius Johnson. But they're going to say that Demetrius got the body as well as the ball. It's Meach's first, team fourth, timeout on the floor. 7:31 left here in half number 1. IPFW on top of North Florida 30-7. We're back at the gates there in a moment right here on CATV.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy. With affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, your graduate university.
You see IPFW, nice feed inside from Jakari Johnson to DeWitt Scott. Charlie Washington, the Mastodons are a 50-50 club right now. 50% from the floor, 10 of 20, 50% from three-point range, 2 of 4. Meanwhile, North Florida just 3 of 16 from the floor for 19% and 1 of 8 from three-point range for 13%.
And right now, Mike, everything's fallen into place for this to lead into a great transition for more Summit League action.
Free throw on the way and good by Cortez Riley. That is the first Osprey free throw attempt of the afternoon.
They've been settling for outside shots.
As a team, North Florida hitting just 65% of their free throws coming in. One more coming. And it's off the rim, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Stan Januska. Ball goes over to IPFW. Justin Cecil and Jermaine Sparks back on the floor for North Florida. And they will go to a full court man-to-man defense here. DeWitt Scott in front of his own bench. Lobs it to Demetrius Johnson. Back to DeWitt. To Bots. And this pass intended for Jakari Johnson, knocked out of bounds by Sparks. 7:24 left here in the first half. 30-8 is our score. IPFW on top. Mastodons trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Perimeter passing. Now a lob pass to Demetrius Johnson, who's double teamed. Cross corner pass to Bots. Oh, good athleticism by the freshman. Inside to Burrows, and he loses it out of bounds. Charlie, I was impressed on how high Ben Bots got up in the air to get that pass.
A lot. It looks like it was just instinctive. That pass was going out of bounds, and you just leap and you go for it, and sometimes you may even surprise yourself.
James Grimble back on the floor, the 6'8 senior from Jacksonville for the Ospreys of the University of North Florida. 7 minutes now left here in the first half. Timberlake has it knocked away. The Dons on the run. Demetrius Johnson short on the shot, but he is fouled, and he will go to the line for 2.
Right now, Mike, Demetrius is playing with so much confidence, going to the basket, shooting the ball, and certainly passing the ball. Right now, he's hitting on all cylinders and a very, very good all-around player right now.
And as we said earlier in this telecast, the first Mastodon to post a triple-double against UMKC. He knocks down the first of 2 free throws. He's now hit 3 free throws in a row and has 7 points altogether. And I jinxed him. Second free throw, no good. 31-8 is our score. All alone, Timberlake knocks down a tray. It's Timberlake's first points of the afternoon. The lead is now cut to 20. Errant pass knocked away, picked up by Hammonds. Timberlake fakes to 3, kicks it out. Hammonds for 3, no good. Rebounded by Jakari Johnson. The Dons on the run. Bots will launch a 3, no good.
A little bit out of rhythm that time for Bots, a little bit quick on the release.
Hammonds kicks it back out to Cecil, around the horn to Timberlake and to Riley. Cecil watched by Jakari Johnson, 15 on the shot clock. Inside pass, jamming it home is James Grimble, his first 2 points of the afternoon.
And a steal.
4th IPFW turnover.
Kind of an unforced error.
Riley driving the lane, and he's pushed by Demetrius Johnson going up. Shot's no good, but there will be a couple of free throws upcoming for Demetrius Johnson. That is personal foul number 2, team foul number 5.
That prior basket, Mike, was the first time UNF has gone inside at all. But I tell you what, Grimble got off the ground pretty darn quick that time.
Cortez Riley, as we said earlier, he is a 6-foot junior from Jacksonville, Florida, left-hander. And the first free throw is good. He's now 2 of 3 so far at the charity stripe. Chris Perkins, Zach Plackemeier in, Demetrius Johnson, Ben Bots have a seat. One more free throw coming for Riley. It's in the air, and that is good. So Riley 3 of 4 from the foul line.
And we'd have to consider this a mini run for the Ospreys.
Full court man-to-man denial defense, and let's see how IPFW breaks it. Plackemeier, the freshman, watched by Riley, now gets over midcourt. Jakari Johnson to Perkins. Chris is going to take it inside and gets the friendly roll.
Nice
Perkins
move.
with 4. 33-15 as we near the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Riley kicks it out to Sparks. Sparks up top to Januska. Sparks 15 on the shot clock. UNF trying to get the ball inside to Cecil. Here's Januska. Moving around. Riley, three-pointer partially blocked. Loose ball underneath. IPFW will be a scrum and probably a jump ball called. And on the possession, it will go to IPFW. Nope. David Carson back in for the Mastodons. Jerron Burrows is going to have a seat. Pat Lepper making his first appearance. Pat is a 6'5" junior from, ironically, Jacksonville, Florida. How did he get away? David Carson to inbound it for IPFW. Perkins double teamed immediately.
Very close to a travel right there. Good trap that time by the Ospreys.
Here is Lepper with 4:22 left in the half to Perkins. Jakari has it knocked away, picked up by Riley. Riley, Cecil, left-hand shot strong, loose ball heading for the IPFW bench, and it'll go over to IPFW. (33-15) our score. Again, you see the head coach Matt Kilcullen of UNF. Klackemeyer playing the point guard role right now. Watched by Januska. Forces a shot up, no good, well short of the mark.
Nice draw, but it should have been a dish.
Sparks is bumped by Jakari Johnson, I do believe. And that is Jakari's second foul, team foul number 6, and we have a timeout on the floor. 3:53 left until halftime. Our score, IPFW 33, UNF 15. This is IPFW basketball on CATV.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. I made you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
I can no longer make my mortgage payment.
We won't be able to make our mortgage.
I can't pay my mortgage right now.
Life throws everyone lots of curves. Sometimes it's a loss of income or an expensive health emergency. If that happens to you, call the people expecting your payment and let them know. They'll want to work something out. So at the first sign of payment trouble, call. They can help, but only if they know you need help. To learn more, visit homeloanlearningscenter.com. That's homeloanlearningscenter.com.
Everybody to this holiday edition of IPFW men's basketball, seen on CATV and also over the internet at college56.org. Along with Charlie Washington, I'm Mike Maz. It's been all Mastodons thus far. 3:53 left in the first half, and IPFW enjoying a 33-15 advantage. The Ospreys will inbound the basketball and kick it out almost all the way to midcourt. Tom Hammonds. Being watched by David Carson. Chris Timberlake. Timberlake dishes off to Cecil, and Justin Cecil gets his second field goal. This a deuce to go along with an earlier three. And the IPFW lead has been cut to 16 points, 33-17. Looks like North Florida is in almost like a 3-2 zone, Charlie.
Yep, that's what it appears to be, and the key now is execution.
Carson in the corner to Lepper. 10 on the shot clock. Perkins, lob pass to Burrows. Burrows double team. Carson, pull up from 8. Off the rim, no. Fight for the rebound, pulled down by Sparks. Ball hung on the rim for a long time.
Yeah, missed time to jump of Burrow, who had a good opportunity for a tip in.
Hammonds travels with the basketball. Negate the three-point field goal. Instead, it is now the 10th turnover on UNF.
That's a classic example of coming off that screen and working on your footwork. That time he needed that extra little step to get his feet set. That's why it's so important for a shooter like DeWitt Scott. He gets the shoulders and the feet set. That time didn't work out for Tom Hammond.
IPFW, see there with a 4-rebound advantage, and before the shot, a holding foul is going to be called on Justin Cecil. That is his first 10th team foul. So with 2:35 left in the half, IPFW in a double bonus situation, meaning 2 free throws coming up for Jerron Burrows.
Good seal off that time in the post, that time by Burrow. Had him posted up, the ball was swung, sealed the guy on his hip, and then got the basketball drop step, and Cecil had no other choice except but to foul.
Some perspiration being mopped up on the floor by one of our officials again today. Dave Gentili, Todd Van Sassen, and Dave Lanning are the men wearing the black trousers and the striped shirts. IPFW now has fallen under the 50% mark from the floor. They're 11 of 24 for 46%. North Florida, 6 of 22 for 27%. Get a good look at Dane Fife, the IPFW Brain Trust. Dane, the youngest coach in Division I at 28 years of age. And here is Jerron Burrows, the senior out of the Bahamas. And his first free throw hits the back of the iron and bounds away.
If you look around the country, Mike, you'll probably look at some rosters and see teams with players 28 or older on their teams.
Shh, shh, shh. Okay, one more free throw coming up for Burrows. And that one's good, so Jerron is now 3 of 4 at the free throw line. And it is a 34-17 Mastodon lead. Chris Timberlake will bring the ball up uncontested over midcourt. Hands it off to Riley. Timberlake. Riley in the paint. Pull up from 10, off the rim and in. Cortez Riley with his first field goal, along with 3 free throws.
Friendly bounce that time for Riley.
34-19, the IPFW lead is 15 points as we near the 2-minute mark. Burrows watched by Cecil, double team, triple teamed, has it blocked and picked away, and now, unfortunately, unable to control it was Stan Januska. We should mention that Januska playing his first game for North Florida. He's a transfer from Morehead State, but had a broken bone in his foot, and this is his first opportunity to play for the Ospreys.
And don't look now, Mike, but with the stop and a couple of baskets, the Ospreys could get right back in this thing.
DeWitt Scott to Plaquemire in the blocks to Burrows. Pass for Carson down low. Ball knocked away, picked up again by David. Shot a little strong tap, no good by Burrows. And we got a foul underneath. Let's see what they're going to call the foul on. Looks like Cecil's going to pick up his second foul.
Great job that time by Burrow and Carson keeping that basketball alive. Couldn't quite convert, but they kept it alive. We ended up with an opportunity for 2 free throws.
Here's Jerron Burrows, who was 3 for 4 thus far from the free throw line. And the first one is good. Coming in is James Grimble, and checking out is Justin Cecil for UNF.
And as strange as that might sound, that was a pretty big possession, Mike. If the Ospreys get a steal or at least a defensive rebound and go down and score, they're creeping right back into this game, but this puts a stop to any thoughts of momentum that they may have had.
Second free throw by Burrows is good as well. Jerron now with 11 points. That leads all scores. Timberlake to Riley. UNF running a weave, trying to get somebody open. It's Hammonds attempting a 3. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Carson. Going for David Carson now. He has 4 rebounds here this afternoon.
And playing quite well and hustling all over the floor.
Lob pass for Burrows. Taking it over a double team, forcing up a shot and drawing the foul. And looks like they're going to call the foul on Grimble, and that would be number 2 on James Grimble. A lot of Ospreys with 2 personal fouls here in the first half as we take a look at the replay.
Once again, nice footwork down in the post area by Keno, Jawan Burrow.
Tell you what I like, Charlie, was the aggressive factor there.
Yes.
Burrows just took it strong to the glass. And his first free throw is good.
And then more times than not, unless you're just physically overmatched, if you're going to play that hard and drop stuff that hard on the post, you're going to end up with the 2 points, 3 points, or at least an opportunity for 2 free throws.
Second free throw coming up for Jaron Burrows. Boy, he is 7 of 8 at the line. 38-19 with 1 minute to play here in the first half. Cortez Riley. Looks like IPFW now is in a little bit of a zone. And let's see, a foul's going to be called, I think. Or say the ball knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, kick. And a reset, a partial reset of the shot clock.
52 seconds left in the half. UNF with the basketball, down 38-19. Into the corner. Three-pointer, Janusko off the rim, no good. DeWitt Scott with the rebound.
Good box out that time by DeWitt.
About an 8-second differential, shot clock and game clock here in the first half. IPFW working it on the perimeter. May look for a cutter down low. Carson for Burrows. Off the glass and in. Burrows strong inside. It's 40-19, and UNF may play for the last shot with 12 seconds left here in the first half.
Can't make out actually what the zone is, but it's some type of zone for the Dons.
Januska over a double team, misses the shot. Ball heading for the exit, and the horn has gone off. The horn started to go. It's showing 0.0, and there now the officials get together and they say that's it. The first half is in the books. The teams heading to their respective locker rooms, and after 20 minutes of play, it's IPFW on top of UNF by a score of 40-19. We'll take a break, then come back to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. You are watching IPFW basketball on CA-TV.
I guess I'm like most kids. I work hard, I go to class, and I want a degree that's going to mean something. I had offers from other universities, but I wanted the best out of my college choice. I wanted a great education and the campus life to go with it. Student housing, Division I sports, I found it all right here at IPFW. Hey, this is my university, my life, so it's got to feel right. I'm really glad I chose IPFW. I love it here. Go to the website.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
You might be surprised to know the biggest dangers your pet faces are everyday dangers, like drinking from puddles, being boarded, squirrels in the park, and fleas and ticks. Being a pet is risky business. That's why it's important for every pet to receive a risk assessment and wellness exam twice a year. A risk assessment from your veterinary professionals helps create a unique risk profile for your dog or cat. Your veterinarian can then develop a disease protection plan that's right for your pet and the disease threats in your area. Best of all, twice-a-year exams help your veterinarian detect, treat, or prevent health problems before they become serious. So reduce the risks. Contact your veterinarian today for your pet's wellness exam, because being a pet is risky business. A message from the American Veterinary Medical Association and your local veterinarians.
What can dinosaur tracks teach us about those long extinct creatures? On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we'll discuss Professor Jim Farlow's recent trip to Spain to track those tracks. Do teachers teach differently from one country to another? Professor Jeff Nowak was in Macedonia this summer teaching teachers to teach. We'll talk to him about that experience and about the new NISTEM program. And we'll talk with the campus coordinator of the United Way Fund Drive to find out more about where your contributions are going. Join me, Susan Alderman, for IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon.
Pizza! I must eat. Wait, what is this? Capsicum annum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa? Can we eat this? Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man. Honey.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. We are at halftime of our men's game. It is called Retro Day because IPFW actually playing on campus here at the Gate Center as opposed to where they've been the last several seasons at the Memorial Coliseum. But at the break, the Mastodons firmly in control, leading 40-19 over the University of North Florida. I'm Mike Maas, joined by former IPFW hoopster Charlie Washington. And Charlie, the Dons jumped out to the quick 18-3 lead, and they've controlled the tempo right from the opening tip.
I don't think Coach Fife could ask for any more than what we're getting right now. Shooting a pretty decent percentage from the field, from three-point line, very good percentage from three-point range and the free throw line. So all cylinders right now going pretty well, and during break, that's what you want. You want a team like 1-9 team, you want to come in and you want to beat them. We're up 21 right now, looking very well going into the second half, and the second half of the season, basically, or the big part of the season of the Summit League, and this is looking very good for the Dons right now.
Well, one of the things that Dane Fife has been able to accomplish thus far in the first half is utilizing his bench, because he's gotten to see a lot of his players hit the floor.
And what you want to see when you bring your bench players in, you don't want to see a letdown. You don't want to see a big drop-off. And right now, the Dons are not seeing a big drop-off when you bring in those bench players.
What you're seeing right now is a little wheelchair basketball here at the Gate Center, as we see some first half highlights, and right off the bat, the big guy, Jerron Burroughs, knocking it home.
A lot of footwork right there.
Justin Ciso got the friendly bounce and knocked down the three. Perhaps a fortuitous bounce for the ball for Demetrius Johnson there.
Using that big upper body, too.
And
great
there's
block.
A big block by Jerron Burroughs, and you see IPFW coming right back the other way, and nice feed, and Johnson off the glass, and that's a 4-point swing right there.
Sure, and that's a Bill Russell block. Keep it inbounds and start the fast break.
You saw the freshman from Muncie Central, Ben Botts, knocked down a three, and again, IPFW taking it strong to the basket. David Carson, the transfer from Oakland, with the shot there.
Doing a lot of good things out there in the first half.
Nice feed to Burroughs, and that was the teaser. We thought he might jam it, and he just laid it off the rim and in. Nice reverse layup by Stan Januska, playing his first game for North Florida. Another good feed to DeWitt Scott. Boy, IPFW distributing the basketball well here in the first 20 minutes of play.
And that's, look at our baskets and our assists. How many baskets come with the aid of an assist? And you'll see a very successful basketball team. As Grimble sprung off the floor for the jam.
And here is Chris Perkins going into the trees and getting it down. Drive to the basket, and another fortuitous bounce. I think that was Cortez Riley. And finally, inside Burroughs, using his upper body strength to make the bucket. And again, at the break, it's IPFW on top, 40-19. We will take a break and then come back to the Gate Center, give you some first half numbers and more. Again, at the intermission, it's IPFW on top of North Florida, 40-19. And we're back with more of our halftime entertainment in a moment, right here on CATV.
I've gone away to a college where the class size is small. I've gone away to a college with a beautiful campus.
I've gone away to a college that cares about diversity.
I've gone away to a college where I get to live in my own apartment instead of living in a dorm room.
I've gone away to a college that really isn't that far away at all.
I go to IPFW.
IPFW.
I go to IPFW.
To find out more about college life at IPFW, go to our website. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Triglycerides or trigs have to do to get noticed? Heart disease and stroke? Really? We should pay her more attention. Normal triglycerides are below 150. High triglycerides increase your risk of heart disease. And if you're a woman, that risk goes up even more. After standing in the shadows of good and bad cholesterol, triglyceride, also known as the forgotten fat, is ready to share the spotlight and the attention. Next time you have your cholesterol or blood fats tested, ask your doctor about the role triglycerides play in your heart health. Remember to ask your doctor about the good, the bad, and the forgotten fat. For more information on all of your blood fats, the good, the bad, and the forgotten, go to ForgottenFat.com. And remember, normal triglycerides are under 150.
This message brought to you by Sister to Sister, working together for healthy hearts.
What can dinosaur tracks teach us about those long extinct creatures? On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we'll discuss Professor Jim Farlow's recent trip to Spain to track those tracks. Do teachers teach differently from one country to another? Professor Jeff Nowak was in Macedonia this summer teaching teachers to teach. We'll talk to him about that experience and about the new NISTEM program. And we'll talk with the campus coordinator of the United Way Fund Drive to find out more about where your contributions are going. Join me, Susan Alderman, for IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon.
Are you in there? What's up? The show's at 7. Whoa.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Welcome back once again, everybody, to Hilliard Gate Sports Center. It's IPFW on top of UNF. UNF standing for University of North Florida, 40-19 here at the halftime intermission as these wheelchairers are really throwing this crowd here at the Gate Center. Here are some first half numbers from our contest. IPFW 12 of 27 from the floor for 44%, 2 of 5 from three-point range for 40%, and they've knocked down 14 of their 17 free throws. That's 82% success rate. They've also dished out 8 assists, pulled down 22 rebounds, and have pulled off 5 steals. The Ospreys of UNF, 7 of 26 on the floor for 27%, 2 of 13 behind the arc for 15%, and they are 3 of 4 at the charity stripe for 75%. They have had 3 assists, 14 rebounds, and they have picked off 4 steals. Individually, well, IPFW has 1 player in double figures, but that is the 6'8 senior from Nassau in the Bahamas, Jerron Burrows, 15 points. Demetrius Johnson and DeWitt Scott, 7 apiece. And for UNF, Justin Cecil and Cortez Riley have 5 points apiece, and Chris Timberlake has 3. Let's put the coaching hat on, Charlie Washington. IPFW now has the lead, and they pretty much can call their own shots. If you're Dane Fife, what are you telling your Chargers at halftime? Because sometimes you could get a big head with a big lead.
Sure. Well, what you're telling them is that, hey, UNF is going to come out. Well, before I start, let's give the Turnstone Flyers a great hand. That's very challenging to do that, and they deserve a great round of applause and appreciation. What you want to tell your team, Mike, they're going to come out throwing the kitchen sink at you. They're going to come out pressing, trying to get back into this basketball game. We're up right now. We have to concentrate on our execution.
Well, conversely, if you are North Florida and you have lost 7 games in a row and you're down 21 points, you basically have nothing to lose. Is it just go for broke?
Pride. You're playing for pride. You're playing for playing time, positioning for the next game, looking at what you're going to do, how you're going to execute against your next opponent. As we see some next opponents there for the Dons on the screen, but you're playing, all-out pride right now. And also, some of these guys, you have 12 or 13 guys on the team. You're playing for playing spots, playing time, playing positions. So this is a very important time, even though the score may be 21.
What you're seeing there, the next 2 home games for IPFW will be Thursday, January 10th against the defending league and conference tournament champion Oral Roberts Golden Eagles, and that is a 1 p.m. tip at the Memorial Coliseum. And then on Saturday, January 12th, a 7 o'clock tip-off against the Gents from Centenary College from Shreveport, Louisiana. Those are the next 2 home games for IPFW, but prior to those 2 home games, after today, there'll be 3 road games. And those road games will be at Ball State on New Year's Eve, at North Dakota State on January the 3rd, and at South Dakota State a week from today, January 5th. Well, the We are going to take a break and get ready for the second half of action. Again, it's IPFW on top of North Florida, 40-19. And we're back at the Gates Center and more IPFW basketball in a moment right here on CATV.
That book was all right. You know, she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour. Unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales. You're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
What's it like when you hear your calling? Will you remember where you were? Will you ignore it? Or will you listen? What if it calls you to go halfway around the world? To share your skills, to serve people you've never met, to do things you never thought you could. What will you do when you hear your calling? Peace Corps, life is calling. How far will you go?
Welcome back, everybody, to CATV's coverage of IPFW men's basketball. Second half about to begin. IPFW with a 40-19 lead over UNF. IPFW will bring their original starters back to start the second half. That's Jakari Johnson, DeWitt Scott, Ben Botts, Demetrius Johnson, and Jerron Burrows. But some changes for the Ospreys. They will send out Justin Cecil, Chris Timberlake, Cortez Riley, Tom Hammonds, and Stan Januska to start the second half, and UNF will have the basketball. There you see the 9th year head coach Matt Kilcullen giving his final instructions, and there's the IPFW cheerleaders. There you see Dane Fife, and on these flanks, Dan Beret to his right, your left, and associate coach Tony Jasek. Well, Charlie Washington, IPFW needs to put the pedal to the metal, and UNF can freewheel it.
Yes, continue to execute. Right now, you may be working on something. You might throw in a game or two down the line, seeing how it works. You may throw in a different defense, a different offense that you may have been working on. This might be a time, to do it. But the big thing is execution and continuing to get the effort that you've got in the first half.
UNF with the basketball going from left to right on your TV screen here in half number 2. IPFW comes out in a man-to-man defense. Januska, the transfer from Morehead State, gives it to Chris Timberlake. Inside feed, turnaround jumper well off the mark by Devon Jones, and here comes IPFW. Demetrius Johnson, the senior transfer from Kent State, to Jakari Johnson, no relation. Perimeter passing by the Dons now. Pass intended for Burrows. Knocked away and picked up by Jones.
And I think that's something we can look at. I don't think Sanuski can handle Burrows down in the post.
Three-pointer by Timberlake, no good. DeWitt Scott with the rebound. Gets it to Demetrius Johnson. We played just under a minute here in the first half, or second half, I should say. Nice feed to Burrows, and he lays it up off the glass and in.
Great patience that time, off the good pass by Burrows.
17 points for Jerron Burrows. Januska around the horn to Riley. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Hammonds to Timberlake, and he'll launch a three. That's no good. Burrows with the board. Keno now with 4 caroms. Demetrius Johnson, top of the key. Double teamed inside to Burrows. Out to Scott for 3. Yes.
Once again, squaring those shoulders and getting the feet square to the basket.
DeWitt Scott now with 10 points, 2 deuces, and 2 trays, and it's a 45-19 Mastodon advantage as we played nearly 2 minutes of the second half. Januska, watched by Demetrius Johnson to Hammonds. 18-footer, yes. Tom Hammonds with his second field goal of the afternoon. 45-21 now our score. IPFW with the lead and the basketball. Baseline drive, dish to Burrows. Shot up and in.
Nice first step that time by Johnson.
We're going to get out the numbers and see what Jerron Burrows' numbers are as far as a season high and career high for points. The season high is 21 against UMKC. Blocked by Burrows, his second of the afternoon. IPFW on the run. Jakari Johnson fouled as he goes to the basket. He hits the wall, getting help from a couple of teammates. Jakari will shoot 2. Let's see who they call the foul on. And they're going to call it.
I hope that was his back
on
that hit
Januska.
That brick wall, because bricks don't give. We might want to invest in a little padding down there for that wall.
There you see Hammond's talking to his head coach. Jakari Johnson, 2 for 2 at the line in the first half. And that one rolls out.
Jakari's having a nice floor game, passing the basketball, distributing on the fast break, running the lanes.
Justin Ciso, 6'8" freshman from Lakeland, comes in, and sitting down is 5'11" Chris Timberlake. So the Ospreys pick up 9 inches in height, and one more free throw coming for Jakari Johnson, and that is no good. Devon Jones with the rebound, so a couple of missed opportunities at the foul line for IPFW. Cortez Riley watched by Ben Botts. Again, the Mastodons staying in a man-to-man defense. Hammonds. Januska for 3. No. Tap for the rebound. Ciso gets it. Shot up and in. Justin Ciso with his 7th point. 47-23 with 16:40 to go. And Demetrius Johnson has a go off his foot. And it will be UNF basketball. That was a good call by the official, Charlie.
I didn't quite see it.
Meach thought that Riley hit it, but he did not. So UNF with the ball, trailing by 24. Riley is bumped by Botts, and the old continuation play called. Ben Botts charged with his first personal foul. First team foul of the second half. And
maybe not a continuation.
Wow.
They did call it on the floor.
Interesting. Ciso off the inbounds pass will launch a 3. And he got the friendly roll. They're going to call it a long 2. A long 2 for Ciso, but he now has 9 points. Botts will launch a 3. That's no good. Ciso with the rebound. UNF playing with some enthusiasm, even though they're trailing. Reverse layup, no good by Hammonds, but he steps on the end line.
Nice move that time by Hammond. Just got the paint on the sideline, though.
11 turnovers. Woo, Demetrius Johnson just missed running into Ciso. Botts will try it again from downtown and hit it.
That'll help the percentage there, Mike. His percentage had gone down quite a bit. Now it's creeping back up to his season average of 55.
At one point, Botts was in the top 10 in the country. Here's a steal. Demetrius Johnson will miss the jam. He wanted to dunk it and missed it. That one out and make Dane Fife happy.
No, that old in-between stuff. Do I dunk it or do I lay it in?
Januska misses on a 3. Demetrius Johnson, 3-on-1 break. Carson couldn't hit the shot, but David draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2. And that foul is going to be called on, looks like Cortez Riley. That'll be 3 on him, 2 on the team, and we got timeout on the floor. 15:35 left here at the Gates Center. IPFW 50, UNF 25. This is IPFW basketball on CA-TV.
Mom, Dad, you know we love kids, and I've made a decision that will totally change my life. Cameron's too. It's a huge responsibility, leading someone into, who knows, communication or science or math. That's what life's all about, right? Learning so you can pass on knowledge to younger minds. Dad, Mom, I want to be a teacher.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Life is good, but with a master's degree from IPFW, it could be even better. You could land a promotion, earn more money, become a leader in your field. And IPFW makes it easy. With affordable tuition, night and weekend classes, and more than 20 graduate programs from business to education to public affairs and more. Become the master of your future. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, your graduate university.
Welcome back, everybody, to CA-TV's coverage of IPFW basketball. The Mastodons have a 50-25 lead over the visiting Ospreys from the University of North Florida. 15:35 left here in the second half. Each of these teams, Charlie Washington had 8 days off from their last contest. The Ospreys lost at Miami of Florida, while IPFW lost a heartbreaker to Kent State on the road, 72-70.
And this, once again, 8 days off. This is a very different time of the year as we see Carson nail his first free throw. Very difficult time. Well, not difficult. Sometimes it can be very advantageous because all you have to think about now is basketball. No classes. Basketball is it.
Carson made both of his free throws. David now with 4 points. 52-25. IPFW up by a bunch. Chris Timberlake back on the floor for UNF. Ball kicked out of bounds. Ball nearly hit Coach Kilgallen. They should reset the shot clock. That was kicked, but I guess they're not.
And I'm sure that hurts a little more being down 27 points than it would if you were up.
52-25 IPFW with 15:22 and counting here in the second half. Timberlake. There's a double team. Kick out to Riley. Riley, left-handed shot, no good, but we've got a whistle and a foul. And Zach Plackemeier will be charged with his first personal foul.
That's a bailout foul there. I don't think that shot was going to be near the basket, but we got the contact. And right now that zone, I believe I want to say it's a 1-2-2, looking like sometimes the 3-2 zone is giving the Ospreys a lot of problem that the Dons are employing.
Cortez Riley knocks down the first of 2. Riley now on the afternoon is 4 out of 5 at the free throw line. And he will get one more. And that is good as well. 52-27 as we near the 15-minute mark. Plackemeier to Burrows. Hands it off to Botts. Ben, inside feed for Carson, knocked out of bounds. It'll remain IPFW basketball. 21 seconds left on the shot clock, 14:55 on the second half game clock. Carson will inbound it. Way back to Chris Perkins, who's back on the floor for the Dons. Carson wants to work on Cecil, and he is bumped by Cecil. Justin thought it was a hook. Instead, he picks up personal foul number 3. And there you see a look of exasperation on Matt Kilcullen. Carson inbounds it to Burrows. To Plackemeier. Plackemeier is going to take it in the land of the trees. Kicks it out for 3 for Botts. Off the iron, no. Carson with an offensive rebound. Plackemeier from downtown. Zach Plackmeier's first points. They are a 3-ball. 55-27 IPFW with the lead.
Nice shot that time by Plackemeier off the second effort, and the rebound by Carson.
Pass intended for Cecil, knocked out of bounds by Chris Perkins. 14-16 left here in half number 2. It's IPFW comfortably on top of UNF, 55-27. Stan Januska and Tom Hammonds come in. And Cortez Riley and was it Grumble or Cecil? Now we got a hook foul going the other way. And it'll be Timberlake picking up his second player control foul. So here comes IPFW heading from right to left on your television screen. Plaquemire, the bots inside Burrows, ball knocked away. Duran double team, loses. Oh, good athleticism there. Wide open for three is Carson, but he misses it.
Another halfway down shot for the Dons.
Januska to Hammonds to Timberlake. 17 on the shot clock. Timberlake watched by Bots. Here's Januska with height advantage over Plaquemire. 7 on the shot clock. Hammonds watched by Carson. 3 on the shot clock. Timberlake from way downtown, no good. Shot clock violation. And a timeout called. It'll turn into a full timeout by UNF. 13-19 left. Let's take a break. IPFW 55, UNF 27. This is IPFW basketball on CATV.
Do you have everything you need? Paper, pencils? We only ask that you do your best. And made you a snack.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
Salam.
Jam.
Salam.
Hey, what? Hey there. Apa pa? Pa. Ni.
Shanti.
Niat sangyok di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Back at the Gates Center, you see a long three ball. Charlie Washington, IPFW, came into this game having hit 39% of their three-point field goal attempts this season, but today they've bettered that. They're 5 of 11 for 46% from behind the arc.
And that means you're getting some pretty effective inside play, and Burrow's certainly giving you that, which is softening things up for the guys outside.
Perkins inbounds at the Plaquemire, and there's a collision at the foul line in both Zach and, let's see.
Jones.
That is Jones, Devon Jones, and I think Jones is called for the foul. His third, team fifth. IPFW again will inbound the basketball. Burrows going to show off some dribbling talent and gets it to Chris Perkins. Team 5 wanting his team to execute here in the second half, even though they got the big lead. Carson forces up a shot, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Jones, and here comes Riley up the floor. Dishes off to Hammonds, back to Cortez Riley. IPFW's in a man-to-man defense. Hammonds, top of the key, Januska for three. Yes. Stan Januska now with 5 points. 55-30 with 12.5 minutes to go. Burrows loses the basketball. Riley wants to take it the length of the court. Left-hand shot partially blocked. Riley gets his rebound and puts it back up and in and draws the foul. Talk about staying with it, Charlie. Yeah. Cortez Riley did exactly that.
Well, it's one thing about this Osprey team in general. They have not given up. They're still playing hard. They've been down by a bunch most of the game, but the effort is still there. Execution may not be there at most times, but the effort has certainly been there.
Cortez Riley now with 9 points. chance to get into double figures if you can hit this free throw. It is on its way, and it is good. Riley is now 6 of 7 at the foul line. 55-33. IPFW's lead is dwindled to 22. Plakemeyer to Botts. Wide open for three. Yes. Ben Botts now with 3 field goals, and they're all from behind the arc.
And I'm sure he's not watching, but most of his fans are watching. 3 for what? That's what we want to keep an eye on.
Well, 3 for 7. Januska tries a 3. No good. Sparks with an offensive rebound, and he's fouled. I think Plakemeyer is going to be called for the personal. And when we come back, it will be UNF basketball. Timeout. 11:46 left here at the Gates Center. It's the Mastodons 58, the Ospreys 33, and this is IPFW basketball. You're watching it on CATV.
Living with diabetes is the pits. When I wake up, the first thing I have to do is check my blood sugar. I just want to feel like all the other kids without pricking my fingers or injecting myself with insulin.
Diabetes is rough on my whole family.
When I was diagnosed, my mom couldn't stop crying. But imagine a cure.
Right now, as many as 3 million children and adults are living with type 1 diabetes. They will never outgrow it. Some will face complications like kidney failure, blindness, and heart disease. That's why the science the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation is supporting is so critical. Imagine a cure.
Welcome back, everybody. Holiday edition of IPFW basketball here on CATV. A reminder that the latest Mastodon scores and stats are available on the World Wide Web. Go to GoMastodons.com. There you can check up on the teams, players, and you can also order tickets as well. It's the official Mastodon Athletics website. Again, GoMastodons.com. It's also the internet home of IPFW Athletics as well. UNF with the basketball, trailing 58-33. Cortez Riley being watched by Ben Botts. Tries to rub off a Cecil pick, but Riley to his right in the lane. Right-hand shot off the glass and in.
That's a nice move that time by Riley. Getting it high off the glass over the outstretched hand of the IPFW defender.
Mastodons break the press. Here's DeWitt Scott. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Ball knocked away. Januska picks it up, and here comes UNF up the floor. Cecil for 3. That's off the iron. Put back up and in by Devon Jones. His first points of the afternoon.
And there's no quit in these Ospreys.
Down by 21 with just under 11 minutes left. On a retro day here at the Gates Center. IPFW playing a real home game on campus. DeWitt Scott to Demetrius Johnson. Cross-court pass to Carson. Elbow jumper is good. Second field goal of the game for David Carson. He now has 6 points. 60-37 our score at the 10.5-minute mark. IPFW dropping back into a man-to-man defense. Riley rubs off a Cecil pick. Takes it strong off the glass and in. Well, Cortez Riley now with 9 points here in the second half.
He's just about to triple his season average.
Botts fakes the 3, takes it foul line. Pull-up jumper is good. Ben Botts in double digits now with 11 points. And we have now played just over 30 minutes of our 40-minute contest. 62-39 our score. The Mastodons on top. Trying to snap a 3-game losing streak and pick up win number 5 in the season in the process. Inside for Devon Jones. Good pass from Jermaine Sparks. Jones now with 4 points. And right now, Charlie, the teams are just trading baskets.
Yeah, they're playing even.
Several possessions.
Playing even. That's a good positive for the Ospreys, but it's not going to help them eclipse that 21-point lead.
Botts, a baseline jumper is good. Ben Botts now with 13 points. (64-41) as we get close to the 9-minute mark. Riley dishes off to Sparks over Carson. No good. DeWitt Scott with the board. A couple of players hit the deck.
Quite a bit of contact for no whistle.
The official said, let's play, boys. Let's play. DeWitt Scott, lob pass for Burrows. Keno double team. Kicks it back out. Nice perimeter passing. And David Carson is going to be called for a travel. 10th turnover on IPFW. Armand Demi, the 6'9" senior from Kosovo, comes in. And UNF will inbound the basketball. See Chris Timberlake back on the floor, and he's going to bring it up. 8.5 minutes to go. IPFW comfortably on top, 64-41. Timberlake to Cecil. Inside pass, Januska over Ademi, no good. Jones with the rebound, and we got a foul underneath. Dave Gentili's going to make the call on Demetrius Johnson. That is Meach's third, 15 foul here in the second half. Jermaine Sparks to inbound it. Timberlake fouled by Botts. Couple of quick Mastodon fouls, Charlie.
Yeah, and one more, and we're going to be shooting free throws for the next 7 or 8 minutes or so. 2
fouls on Ben Botts, 6 on IPFW. A little body action going on between Carson and Jones. Cecil off the inbounds pass, knocks down the jumper. Cecil, 6 points in the second half, 11 points overall.
And he caught that basketball in good rhythm, and when you catch it in good rhythm, a lot of times you're going to make the bucket.
DeWitt Scott. And now we got a whistle away from the basketball. And they're going to call Jermaine Sparks for the personal, his first, team 6th. And that brings us to a timeout. 7:59 left here at the Gate Center. It's IPFW 64, UNF 43. And you're watching IPFW basketball on CATV.
Pizza! I must eat. Oh, wait, what is this? Capsicum annum? Agaricus bisporus? Allium cepa?
Can we eat this?
Peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Eat your pizza, man. Honey.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Tell me what's bothering you.
As a hot dog, I know I'm responsible for some bad things. Now they say my cholesterol is a risk factor for stroke.
And how does that make you feel?
Like a big weedy.
High cholesterol is an important risk factor for strokes. Eating right and exercising can help. But National Stroke Association wants you to know that even the healthiest people are at risk. So ask your doctor about medicines that can lower cholesterol, like statins. It's even more important if you've already had a stroke. Visit stroke.org today.
Replay here, a little pull-up jumper from Ben Botts, the talented freshman from Muncie Central, who right now has 13 points.
And that was Cecil. 2 illustrations, Mike, of coming off, getting your footwork together and having a good rhythm and shooting the basketball. 2 good examples, one by each team.
IPFW up 64-43, and the Mastodons have the basketball. Demetrius Johnson to DeWitt Scott. Scott watched by Sparks as UNF man-to-man defense. With the exception of Ademi, starters on the floor for the Dons, and we've got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called on Justin Cecil, and that's 4 personal. 7th team foul, so Demetrius Johnson to go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Tom Hammond's coming in for Jermaine Sparks. And Cortez Riley will come in for Justin Cecil for the Ospreys, which I'm told is a bird that is found in Florida. UNF located in Jacksonville. And Demetrius Johnson gets the bonus after making the first free throw. Meach, as he has called, 4-6 at the line, has 8 points. Make it 9 as the second free throw is good. 66-43, and back the other way, IPFW is going to be called for a foul.
I'll tell you, Mike, excuse me, that the Ospreys don't really look like a 1-9 team, but when you're coming up the ranks and making a transition from Division I to Division II, you don't get too many patsies on your schedule.
Well, they started off by playing at Maryland against Tulsa, and they played a team called the Florida Gators back on November the 20th.
Yeah, they're okay, usually.
Free throw was missed, and IPFW now with the basketball. Demetrius Johnson, the point guard out of Cleveland. Hands it off to Jakari Johnson. Back to Demetrius. 10 on the shot clock, inside to Jakari. Off the glass, strong, no good. Loose ball picked up by Jakari Johnson. Good hustle for IPFW. A fresh clock to work with. We are under 7 minutes left here. Jakari Johnson hands it off. Well, down to Demetrius. Pair of 15s dueling each other. 12 on the shot clock. Demetrius inside pass intended for Jakari, wide of the mark. Wow! IPFW gets a break. Dave Gentili said the ball was tipped. I didn't see it. Did you, Charlie?
No, I couldn't see it. Coach Fife had my view blocked.
There you see Dane Fife.
Working as usual.
9 in the shot clock. Inbounds pass to Jakari is going to take it into the side. Left-hand shot, no good. Demi and Jakari get the offensive board. Demetrius pushing off Riley, and they're going to call Cortez Riley for the foul, and that's 4 on him.
And we're going to get an opportunity for a 1-and-1 situation here, Michael. When you give a team 3 cracks at the basket, more times than not, it's not going to be good for your team.
Matt Kilcohen actually showing his displeasure, shall we say. Here is Demetrius Johnson. And he cleanly knocks down the first free throw. He now is in double-digit scoring with 10 points. Also has 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And the second free throw is good as well. 68-43 the score. Cecil coming back in for Timberlake for UNF. Justin Cecil going to play with 4 fouls. Chris Perkins, Jakari Johnson, Demetrius Johnson, Ben Botts, and Arminda Demi on the floor for IPFW. Januska, shot off the iron, no good. Ardemi with the board. To Demetrius, the Dons want to run. Botts, shot off the iron. Ardemi fighting for the rebound. I think it'll be a jump ball called. Possession arrow favors IPFW.
Good fight that time for the rebound. Good rhythm actually on the shot by Botts. Faded a little bit.
You're right, Charlie. Dane seems nice feed to Jakari. Shot blocked. What a block.
We were ready to count that in the books.
By Jones. Here's a pickpocket by Jakari Johnson. Jakari taking it off the glass. No good. Well, that's something that IPFW will work on in practice, I'm sure.
Yes, eased up a little bit. Finished strong.
Hammonds will launch a 3, yes. Tom Hammonds now with 7 points, and North Florida calls a 30-second timeout, I think. Yes, 30-second timeout with 5:48 left. I want to remind you, our next live telecast of IPFW basketball here on CATV will take place on Thursday, January 10th. Note the start time, 1 p.m. from the Coliseum. The Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts, coached by Scott Sutton, the defending regular and postseason Summit League champion Golden Eagles, will be here at the Coliseum, a 1 p.m. tip. Again, Thursday, January the 10th.
So is that a way of saying, Mike, that'll be a nice barometer to see where the Dons are?
ORU tied with IPFW for the top spot. in the Summit Conference thus far with a 2-0 league mark. Started to mention North Florida now is down to just one timeout left with 5:48 to go. It's 68-46, IPFW with the lead and the basketball.
Well, I guess so. I guess they figure they can't take him back to Jacksonville.
And here's Demetrius Johnson to a demi. Armenda's shot is no good, but a whistle and a foul going to be called. And I think that foul is going to be on Devon Jones. That's 4 personals on him. 9 team fouls. And we'll get a chance to see Armenda Demi, who hasn't had much playing time, but he's 4 of 4 at the free throw line this year. He's going to shoot 2 more right here. Hope I don't jinx him. Friendly bounce.
Still at 1,000.
First point of the day for Armand. Again, he's a senior from Kosovo. He'll get 1 more. It is in the air, and it is good.
Still 100. I'm glad he made it, because I don't know what 5 out of 6 would have been percentage-wise.
Last I knew, 83%.
All right. I need those nice clean numbers. 4 out of 5.
Ademi takes a seat. Burrows back on the floor. Duran with 19 points, 2 shy of his senior high. Hammonds from behind the arc around the rim, and no. Perkins to Demetrius Johnson. And with less than 5.5 minutes to go, it's IPFW up by 2 dozen. Burrows misses the shot, fights for the rebound, can't get it, as Cecil boxes him out well. Riley to Januska. Cecil for 3. Off the rim, no. Perkins will let it go out of bounds, and it'll be IPFW's basketball. 5:05 left. Again, it's Mastodons 70 and the Ospreys 46. And here comes Chris Perkins to Jakari Johnson. I'm sure Dane Fife wants to run his offense right now, even though they've got the big lead.
Yes, execution is very important, and probably more important in a game like this than in other games.
Burrows hands off to Botts. The long shot is good at 3 ball. Ben Botts, 4 3-pointers now this afternoon.
Out of 8, I believe. Nice clean numbers for me. That's 50%.
16 points overall. 73-46 with less than 4.5 minutes to go. Januska from long range off the rim, no. Jakari Johnson picks it up. This is to Demetrius. Underneath the Burrows, off the glass and in. Jerron Burrows ties his season high with 21 points.
Great look that time by Demetrius Johnson.
Demetrius had 21 points against UMKC back on December the 8th. Januska found an open shot and missed it. Burrows with the rebound, and he's fouled. Let's see who they call the foul on. It'll be on Devon Jones, and he has fouled out. When we come back, Jerron Burrows will be at the line shooting 2. 3:55 left here at the Gates Center. It's IPFW 75, UNF 46. This is IPFW basketball on CATV.
I guess I'm like most kids. I work hard, I go to class, and I want a degree that's going to mean something. I had offers from other universities, but I wanted the best out of my college choice. I wanted a great education and the campus life to go with it. Student housing, Division I sports. I found it all right here at IPFW. Hey, this is my university, my life, so it's got to feel right. I'm really glad I chose IPFW. I love it here. Go to their website.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
What can dinosaur tracks teach us about those long extinct creatures? On this month's edition of IPFW Up Close, we'll discuss Professor Jim Farlow's recent trip to Spain to track those tracks. Do teachers teach differently from one country to another? Professor Jeff Nowak was in Macedonia this summer teaching teachers to teach. We'll talk to him about that experience and about the new NISTEM program. And we'll talk with the campus coordinator of the United Way Fund Drive to find out more about where your contributions are going. Join me, Susan Alderman, for IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon.
Everybody, along with Charlie Washington, I'm Mike Mize. 3:55 left here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. And the home team on the scoreboard today, the IPFW Mastodons, enjoy a 75-46 lead over the visitors from the University of North Florida. IPFW hitting 46% of their shots, Charlie 23 of 50, 50% from three-point range, 7 of 14, but they've made a killing at the free throw line, converting 22 of 27 opportunities for 82%, and they got 2 more chances coming up here from their senior, Jerron Burrows.
Yeah, Mike, those types of numbers are going to keep you in, or certainly you will be close to winning just about any basketball game you're competing in.
Jerron Burrows, 7 of 8 at the free throw line, and I jinxed him again. As the first free throw is no good, he'll get 1 more. Jerron, the leading scorer, IPFW, averaging just over 13 points a contest coming in. And he's tied his season high with 21, and now he has a new season high of 22. And he will take a seat. David Carson comes back on the floor. 76-46 with 3:52 and counting here in Fort Wayne. Januska wants to drive on Pat Lepper, kicks it out. Ciso for 3, yes. Justin Ciso has 2 trays and 4 deuces now this afternoon.
I know they're trying to get back into the basketball game, but Mike, I believe the Ospreys love that 3-point shot, whether they're down a bunch or not.
Well, they are 5 of 26 from behind the arc. Demetrius Johnson missed the dunk. Took it strong, but hit the front of the rim.
You like the effort, but you got to execute that.
Hands on hips is head coach Dane Fife. Hammonds wants to drive on Perkins, instead gives it to Januska. Januska, nice little soft touch, knocks it down and draws the foul. Januska, the transfer out of Moorhead State, playing his first game for UNF after an injury. And the foul is on David Carson, his 3rd, team 8th. Nick Luttrell making his first appearance for the Mastodons, a 6'8" freshman from Nashville, Tennessee. Demetrius Johnson has a seat. And Stan Januska will try to convert the conventional 3-point play. Can't do it. Rebound pulled down by David Carson. So with 3 minutes to go, it's IPFW 76 and UNF 51. Plackmeyer also on the floor. Carson to Lepper, and Pat launches a 3 in and out, no good. Luttrell with the offensive putback and in.
And you can tell right away he's a crowd favorite. The crowd love that reverse spin off the board from Luttrell.
I like the offensive rebound myself. Hammonds kicks it out to Riley. Loses it for a moment off his foot, regains control. 2:25 to go in this game. Januska kicks it out. Riley for 3, but wait a minute. Before the shot, foul going to be called.
Player control, I believe, on Sanuska.
And I think it's going to be on Tom Hammonds. And that'll be his, nope, they're going to call it instead on Januska. His 2nd.
Yeah, I think a player control off that drive and potential dish.
Lepper. Željko Egorich on the floor. The 6'10" senior from Croatia making his first appearance.
In there to stretch the defense, no doubt.
Lepper fouled by Ciso, and that is foul number 5 on Justin Ciso. So he will depart the scene after having scored 14 points and pulling down 6 rebounds. Ciso fouls out with 2:08 left. And IPFW will try to expand a 78-51 lead. As Pat Lepper will go to the line and shoot a couple. Well, Charlie, North Florida, the right opponent for IPFW after a tremendously tough 3-game road trip, which saw them play tough, but come up short at Michigan State, at Marquette, and at Kent State.
Right, there's no question about that, Mike. You're exactly right. Just what the doctor ordered, for the Dons, a nice game, pre-New Year game leading into the some more of the Summit League tough play.
So here's Pat Lepper at the line. Pat has played in 9 games this year, averaging just over 2 points a game, but knocks down the first of his 2 free throws. He will get one more. Mastodons now 24 of 30 at the free throw line today.
Yeah, chance for everybody to get in there and get some battle scars today, Mike.
Make it 25 of 31 as the second free throw by Lepper is good. 80 to 51 as well, the clock has not started yet. It's still showing 2:08. There it is. Ball had to be touched by Riley. That's why it didn't start. Now the ball is off the hand of Sparks, and UNF has just committed their 16th turnover.
Yeah, Riley's done that the last 3 or 4 times up the court, and the Dons, have allowed him to do it. The clock does not start until that any player on the court touches the basketball.
80 to 51, IPFW with the lead in the basketball with 2 minutes to go. Plackmeyer to Egrich, back to Zach. Lepper looking for Luttrell down low. Good battle between Luttrell and Sparks. And now we got a whistle and a foul. I think it's going to be called on Hammonds. And that is Tom's second. Double bonus situation, and we will see Željko Egrich at the line. His nickname is Z. And he just missed his first free throw attempt of the year after hitting his first 4. One more coming. He's averaging 2.1 points per contest. Second free throw, in and out, no good. So 2 misses at the line for the Dons, and back comes Hammonds, has the ball knocked away by Perkins. 1:42 left on the scoreboard clock here at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. Mastodons well on their way to their 5th win in 12 outings this year. Sparks to inbound it. Hammonds, pull-up jumper is good. Tom Hammonds now with 9 points. And UNF has called their final timeout, and it is a 4-1, a 60-second timeout. So let's take a break as well. 80 to 53, IPFW. Yeah, we're going to keep it here instead. Gives us a chance to let's tell you a little bit about the Royal Dons Club. Have you ever heard about the Royal Dons Club? Participate in the excitement of Macedon Athletics by joining the Royal Dons Club. It's IPFW's official athletic booster organization. Members enjoy athletics-related special events, priority access to tickets, and more. To learn more about the Royal Dons Club, call 260-481-6894. Or you can write to the Royal Dons Club, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. Or you can go to the IPFW Athletics website at gomastodons.com. 1:38 left here in Fort Wayne as we see a replay momentarily. Nice still shot there of Sparks. UNF now out of timeouts. They've exhausted all 5 of them. And IPFW will break the huddle and come down to get the basketball. 80 to 53 is our score. IPFW has out-rebounded UNF 40 to 30. Picked up 19 assists to 8 for the Ospreys. Most important stat, Charlie, they've outscored them at the free throw line 25 to 6. Lepper looking for somebody in a white uniform and takes too long. 5-second call. That is the 11th turnover on the Mastodons.
And though there's a 27-point lead, Coach Fife is, telling, Pat Leppers, call a timeout. Once again, preparing for future situations.
Januska off the back of the iron on a 3-ball attempt. Egrich with the rebound. Less than 90 seconds to go on this one. Plackmeyer now gets it over midcourt. Being hounded by Cortez Riley. Ball off the hands of Egrich, picked up by Sparks. Inside feed, Cortez Riley banks it up and in. Riley scored 11 points in the second half. He has played well for UNF.
And they've not quit. They're still working hard, playing good, strong defense, and not just letting these last few moments run out.
1 minute to go, 80 to 55. The Dons up by a bunch. Perkins from the corner, no good. Sparks outduels Lepper for the rebound. Jermaine Sparks up ahead to Tom Hammonds. Hammonds will launch a 3. Off the iron, no. Plackmeyer pulls down the board and is fouled. And we'll come back to this end of the court. And the foul was on Johnson Yusufzada, who made an appearance. Yusufzada is a 6'3" junior from Jacksonville. So Zach Plackemeier, who is 4 of 4 for the year at the free throw line, averaging 4.5 points a game, getting a couple of opportunities here. Zach knocked down a 3 earlier in this half and makes good on the first of his 2 free throws. Makes our score 81-55 with 44.5 seconds left. And the second one is good as well. So Plackemeier with 5 points, and Kyle Grothaus comes in. Yes. 82-55. Dane Fife hollering no fouls, no fouls. Sparks. UNF running the weave. Now Riley spins. Right-hand shot up and in.
Wow, nice move that time. He's really played well in this second half.
He really has. He now has 18 points. 82-57. Shot clock off. Don's going to run out the last 24 seconds without having to put the ball up. Here's Luttrell. I think he wants to drive baseline on Grothaus. Turnaround shot is blocked. Ball tipped and brought down by Hemmons, who was fouled by Luttrell.
And a frustration foul that time by Luttrell. Just reached out and grabbed Grothaus, I do believe, or was it Hammond? Hammond.
It'll be Hammonds going to the line. That's the 9th team foul, so it's just a 1-and-1 opportunity with 13.2 seconds left. First free throw attempt of the day for Tom Hammonds, who on the season is a 78% free throw shooter. And the first one is good, so Hammonds will get the bonus. (82-58). And 82-59. As Hammond makes good on both. Egrich getting the ball over midcourt.
With the crossover, no less.
Perkins, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. There goes the horn, and this game is history. Final score, 82-59. We'll come back and wrap things up from the gates here in the moment. This is IPFW Basketball on CATV.
You know, if she continues to spill product at a rate of 3 per hour, unit cost, say 60 cents. Factor in breakage, downtime, lost sales, you're looking at $2,400 a month. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, 2 great names.
Parents, there's something you can do to protect your kids from drugs and alcohol. It
buy ground beef with egg, tomato sauce, breadcrumbs, and spices. Bake in an oven-safe pan at 350 for 50 minutes. Serve hot.
This is Jamie Lee Curtis. Children who eat dinner with their families are less likely to smoke, drink, or use drugs. So, have dinner together every day.
Delicious.
A message from CASA, the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse at Columbia University.
(23 of 61 from the floor, 5 of 28 from behind the arc, and 8 of 11 at the foul line. They had 3 players in double figures: Cortez Riley with 18, Justin Cecil with 14, and Tom Hammonds with 11. The real key is we got just seconds left, Charlie. IPFW
Mom,
made their free
Dad,
throws and dominated the
you
play.
know we love kids, and I've made it.
Leading into more tough Summit League action. So great job, and looking forward to this the rest of this season.
That's it for today from the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. Be sure to tune in to College Access Television. It's Channel 5 on Comcast and Channel 30 on Fios on Thursday, January 10th at 1 o'clock when IPFW is back to action at the Coliseum facing the Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts University. That's Thursday, January 10th at 1 o'clock. For Charlie Washington, I'm Mike Moss. Once again, our final score this afternoon: IPFW 82, UNF 59. The Dons go to 5-7, and UNF drops to 1-10. We'll